Hola amigos, this is Miss Cortez. I'm going to upload my first video. In this one, we're going to check the answers for our first assignment for math. That was series 2, page 4 of our math countdown. That looks exactly like this. Let me show you the screen right here. Make sure you're ready with your packet, with that page on your packet and your supplies. If you have already done it, then we're going to check answer by answer just to make sure you are correct. And remember that we are going to be trying to do what we did in class. If you have the answer correct, you put a check mark on it. If it was not correct, you're going to put a question mark on the box for that question. And if you didn't answer the question because you didn't understand how to do it, or you tried to do it but you couldn't find the answer, then make sure you circle that number. So this is our math countdown page. It has 7 questions. Let's go ahead and check the first one. I'm going to make this bigger so we can all read it. Remember, we are on series 2, page 4. That is the first page, and it has the date for today. Question 1. Which represents 13,070? Well, in step 1, as you can see my step 1 right there, I just did this for you. The first thing we have to do is we're going to use our pencil, or if you have a highlighter, make sure you highlight the information you need. In this case, I'm going to highlight my number, 13,070, and then we're going to be checking option by option. Okay, if an option is not correct and you are sure about it, make sure you cross it out. So we are starting to eliminate options. Okay, the first one is letter A, 10,000 plus 3,000 plus 700. So let's check our number again. We need to find 13,070. Remember, these are the ones, tens, hundreds, you know this is the thousands, and 10,000s. As you can see, we don't have any digit on the hundreds position. For this reason, option A cannot be correct. I'm going to cross it out using my highlighter here. Okay. Let's go to letter B. 1 times 10,000. Yes, I can see it right here. 3 times 1,000. It is right here too. Plus 7 times 10. Well, I have a 7 on the tens position, so this might be my answer. You know what we have to do, amigos? Make sure you put a question mark next to the letter here. I can't do that because of my highlighter, but I'm just going to highlight slightly here to make sure that this might be my option. Okay. Let's go for letter C. We have 10,000. That's correct. Plus 300. I don't see anything on my 300, so I don't think I have that. Plus 7. Do we have a 7 on the ones here? No, we don't. So I'm going to cross that out. Not the right answer I'm looking for. And let's go to letter D. 1 times 10,000, that is correct. Plus 3 times 1,000, that is correct too. Plus 7 times 100. Do we have a 7 on the 100th position? No, we don't. So I'm going to cross that out right here. And amigos, we have found the right answer already. And that should be for question number 1. The right answer is letter B. Let me use my highlighter to select all of it. Okay. So we already have number 1. Let's move to question 2. Just going to move here to question number 2. Right here. Okay. It says, Sadie will study math for 45 minutes and geography for 25 minutes. For how long will she study the two subjects? Well, if you know what to do right now, amigos, first thing I'm going to circle, underline, or highlight my information, important information that is part of my strategies. 45 minutes and 25 minutes for geography right there. And I'm going to read the question one more time to know what I have to do. For how long will she study the two subjects? For how long will she study the two subjects? What do you think we have to do right here? I'm going to put a post right here. Okay, so we have two numbers. We have 45 minutes and we also have 25 minutes right here. So what I'm going to be doing, if you have already figured it out, is I'm going to be adding these two numbers. Okay, so I'm going to make a line here as if it was an addition so that you can see it. So 5 plus 5, that's a 10, so 0, and I'm going to carry 1 right here. Okay. I still haven't figured out how to do that on my computer, but I really hope that you are doing a 1 number here and inside a box, okay, to make sure that you're carrying a 1 right there. 4 plus 2, that's 6, plus 1 that I carried, that's a 7. So my answer is 70. And remember, we are talking about minutes, 70 minutes. Do you see the answer 70 minutes in any of our 4 options? No, we don't see it that way. That means I need to change these 70 minutes into a different expression. If you remember well, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. That means that in 70 minutes there is 1 hour. I'm going to put an equal here. 1 hour. And we have 10 minutes. So 70 minutes is the same as 1 hour and 10 minutes. That being said, I know that my right answer will be letter G. Okay, so I'm going to highlight that answer there. Okay, so I can see my note here. How did I find it? I just added 45 plus 25. That will give me a 70 right there. And because I don't have the answer at 70 minutes, I just change it into hours and minutes. That will be 1 hour and 10 minutes. Okay, let's move on to number 3, right here. It says from the top part right here to bottom, right here, which list of numbers is in order from greatest, from the biggest, to least, to the smallest number. So I'm going to highlight my strategies. I really hope I can see those papers that look like this. First, I'm going to highlight top to bottom, or I'm going to circle, remember, or underline as you prefer. Which list of numbers is in order from greatest to least? So it should be from the biggest number to the smallest number. Remember what we do here, amigos, is we start comparing our numbers in the place value order. We compare the ones, the tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000. Let's start comparing letter A. This is my first number here. So this will be, I know that 8 is bigger than 5 and then 2. In the case of 9 is not, but then I have to go and compare the other number. Some of you, I've noticed, what you do too is you start comparing the 10,000s and the thousands, which is another strategy. So let's start reading those numbers. 64,238. Try to read your numbers out loud. 64,225. 64,172, and the last one here is 63,349. Let me see. The first number is bigger than the next one, so far it's correct. Then this one here, 64,225, it is bigger than this one here. Okay. And at the same time, this one is also bigger than this. So I'm going to just put a bit of highlighter here because that might be my right option. Remember what you do, what we normally do in classes, we put a question mark right here because that might be our answer. Okay, let's check letter B. I have 58,000 here, 58,000. I have a 59,000 here and another 58,000. So if I start comparing on the 10,000s, I already see that this one is not from greatest to least because I have a 58,000 here and a 59,000 here. So I can already eliminate letter B because that comparison is not true. It's not from greatest to least. Let's do the same in letter C. Let's compare the bigger numbers first. This is a 71,000, 72,000, 72,000, and 73,000. Do you think that is from greatest to least, or is actually the other way around? I think this one is from least, from the smaller number, to a bigger number here. So letter C is eliminated right now. Not a good option for our question. And let's finish with letter D. We have 45,000, 44,000, 43,000, and 43,000. So far, amigos, in letter D, the option seems correct on the 10,000. So we have to check it one more time. Being careful now on the hundreds, tens, and ones position. So let me see. 45,632. It is bigger than the next one, 44,258. At the same time, this second number is bigger than the third one. But let's compare the last two because there might be something not correct there. This is 43,185 and 43,219. Well, as you can see, the number at the very bottom of letter D is actually greater than the previous one, so it does not follow the question we're being asked. I'm going to eliminate letter D, and well, we have found the right answer, which is letter A. That is my correct option. I'm going to highlight all of them just to make sure the answer is correct. So we have letter A on number 3. I hope you have some good answers so far. I know that you're showing your strategies, even if Ms. Cortez cannot see them now. We have been practicing this for a little bit now. Number 4, which diagram does not? Oh, this is very important. I'm going to, even if it's in capital letters already, I'm going to highlight it. Which diagram does not represent a pair of equivalent fractions? Let me see, letter F. We know what we have to do here, amigos, right? We have to use butterfly method, or we can also do it visually. So I know that this is 1/2, 1 out of 2. And I know that this is 4 out of 8. If you look at the shaded part, this is equivalent to this one. It's just that this one is kind of tilted, right? Okay, so let me just create a note right here. Letter F. Letter F is going to be 1/2 is, I'm going to compare it to 4/8. Okay, I hope you can understand my fractions there because it's a little bit hard to make notes here. I'm going to be practicing, I promise. So 1 out of 2, that's letter F, and 4/8. Oh, let me see who remembers butterfly method. What do we have to do here? We have to do cross multiplication. What is 1 times 8? 1 times 8. And what is 2 times 4? 2 times 4 is 8. So 8 equals 8, right? 8 equals 8. That means that this fraction, letter F, it is equivalent. Remember, equivalent is the same value. So if they are equivalent, well, I can already eliminate letter F because that will not be a good option. They are equivalent. Let's go for letter G. Let me create another node right here. Letter G, I have 1 shaded out of 3. So that is 1/3. And on the other one, I have 3 shaded out of how many? Yes, out of 6. So 3 out of 6. Okay. Okay, amigos. So again, butterfly method. What is 1 times 6? That is 6. Okay. And what is 3 times 3? That is 9. So 6 is not equivalent to 9. This is not equivalent. I'm going to put not. Not equivalent. Okay. So I think that letter G might be my right option. I'm going to put some highlighter there. Let's go for letter H. Butterfly method again. I have 1 shaded out of 4. And on the other one, I have how many? You should be counting now. We have 2 shaded out of 8. Okay. Butterfly method again. 1 times 8 is 8. And 4 times 2 is 8. So they are equivalent. Same value. I'm going to cross it out. Not a good option for my question. And let's finish this exercise with letter J. 1 out of 2. It means 1/2 is shaded. And 3 out of how many? 3 out of 6. That's correct. Butterfly method. What is 1 times 6? 1 times 6 is 6. And 2 times 3, what is that? 6, 2. So they are equal, equivalent. Let me cross it out. So amigos, if you've been following this question, the only right answer here that is not equivalent, it does not represent a pair of equivalent fractions, is letter G. So I'm going to highlight all of it. You don't have to highlight all of it, amigos. I'm just doing it just to be very sure that you're following me here, okay? Number 5, we're about to finish this. Okay. Montel told Brian to follow the steps below. The result will reveal Montel's lucky number. The first step, find the product of 2 and 16. Let me do it right here. The product, remember the product is the multiplication, 2 times 16. You have at least 2 options to do this, amigos. You can do your tables of 2, as we normally do in class. We count by 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, etc., okay, until you reach 16. Or you could also use the multiplication that we learn. We learn how to multiply 2 digits times 1 digit, okay? Whatever strategy you use there, you know that the answer should be 32. Another way to do it that I know that you also use, you can add 16 2 times. So 16 plus 16, that is 32. Okay, so that is the first step. Then the following step says, divide the product by 4. Divide the product by 4. What do we have to do here? We have to do our tables of 4. Let me write them here. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I hope you're following me here. 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40. Now that we have our tables of 4, we need to find where the number 32 is. So where is 32? I see it right here. And then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I know that 32 divided by 4 equals how many times, amigos? Yeah, that's 8 times right here. So 32 divided by 4 is 8, equals 8. And it says that the quotient, oh, let me just highlight that. The quotient is the answer to a division, okay? So if I know that 32 divided by 4 equals 8, that means that my quotient is 8. So it should be right here. So let's recap on the steps here. First, they asked us to find the product of 2 and 16, that is 32. And once we had that, I had to divide the product by 4. It says right here by 4. So what I did again was I needed to find my tables of 4. I did them right here, as you can see. Then I just find where the 32 is. That is on the 8th position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is my answer. Okay. Right, let's continue. We just have 2 more questions there. Question number 6, right here. It's a bit bigger, so I'm going to make my screen a bit smaller for you. Oh, I love these questions, and I know some of you love them too. The graph below shows how some students responded to a favorite dog survey. Which table on the right, so we have 4 options, which table on the right represents the data on the graph? Okay, I like these questions again, as I told you, so let's just try to find the answer. So first, remember that before we move here, before we move to the possible answers, we need to know the number on each of the bars right here. So let's begin. How many dogs are there in the poodle? How many for poodle dogs? Well, I know that this is an 8, and then this is 16, and this is 24. It means that the half of 8 is 4. Each line represents 4. So I'm just going to try to put in here. Again, I'm trying to find just a way to do it faster here. So if that is a 0, then the second line is a 4. Then we have 8. What is 8 plus 4 more? That is 12. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out the numbers here on the table. So this is 0, 4, 8. This should be a 12. 16, we already have it there. What is 16 plus 4 more? Correct, that's 20. Then we have a 24 that it's already there for us. 24 plus 4 more, what is that? 28. And the last number we already have is 32. So these numbers, I cannot do it because I'm in my computer, but please, amigos, put these numbers right here in the line that belongs to them. So there should be a 4 right here, right? There should be a 4 right there. There should be a 12, 20, and 28 right here, just like we did here, okay? Okay, so let me see. I know that for poodle we have 12. For terrier we have 24. That one is very clear because it's exactly where the number is. The retriever, again, there should be a 28 right here on your paper. And a bulldog, oh, this one is tricky. It goes by 16, it crosses the 16 line, but it does not reach the next one. It means that it's between 16 120. And the half of this line should be 2. So that means 16 until here, until the line, and then 2 more. So bulldog should be 18, okay? Please again, make sure you write your numbers here. This should be 12. This one should be 24. This one should be 28. And this one, as we just said, that should be 18. Once you have your numbers ready, now let's compare with the answers we have here. Let's check letter F first. Poodle 12. That's correct. Let me put some highlighter here. Right here. Let me close this. So 12, that's correct. I put a bit of highlighter there. The terrier 24, that's correct. Okay. Retriever 28, that is correct too. And bulldog 18. Well, I think F might be the right answer. Let me put some highlighter here just to double check. Let's go for the next one, next letter. That should be G. Poodle 10. Uh-oh, we can already discard that option because this is not correct. Terrier 24. Well, that is correct. But again, if the first one is not correct, there's no need to continue checking the options. So I'm going to cross letter G right there. H, again, we have poodle with 10, and we know that is not correct because there should be a 12 right here. So I can cross it out. And let's go to the last one, poodle 12, that's correct. Terrier 24, that is correct. Retriever 28, that is correct. But what happens with bulldog? It says 16, but it's not true because the bar actually passes 16 by a little bit. That should be 18. So this one is not correct. So let me cross it out. Our answer again is letter F. That is the only one that shows the exact same numbers at the bar graph right there. Let's go for number 7, amigos, to finish this paper. I hope you've been doing a great job there. If you didn't have some of them correct, that's fine. But I hope you're following me here so you know what to do on the following papers too. Ms. Rivera brought $234 to a mall. She spent $119 while she was there. Which model represents the number of dollars she had when she left the mall? The number of dollars she had when she left the mall. Okay. So if the question says the number of dollars she had when she left the mall, what do we have to do with these two numbers? Yeah, I can hear your answer here. I know that you know we have to subtract, amigos. You had some money and then you spent. I'm going to put the minus there, subtraction symbol. 234 minus 119. And let me do this. Let's do this together. Can I say 4 minus 9? No, I cannot. I need 2. Oh, I'm going to miss listening to you saying, going to borrow from my neighbor, right? So this one is going to become a 2. And this one is going to get 10 borrow so that it will be a 14. Again, I cannot do that on my screen right now. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. But please make sure on your paper it looks like that. This should be crossed out because that is a 2 now. And this should be a 14. Okay. Now 14 minus 9. That should be a 5. Okay. And then remember this one is a 2. Not a 3 anymore. This is a 2. 2 minus 1. That is 1. And 2 minus 1 again. That is 1. So we are trying to be finding an answer that is 115. $115. Okay, let me put the dollar symbol right there. Okay. So now that I have this, 115. Let me see how I can find an answer with that. Remember that in this kind of value diagrams, the first thing we have to do is find an option that shows us the big number, in this case 234, and then the other number should be crossed out because it represents a subtraction. We are taking that away. Letter A is showing us 100 right here, and then 10 right here, and then 5. But we also know that 1 and 1 more here are crossed out, so that's 2 crossed out and 10 here crossed out. So this option is not correct because I cannot see 234 in total. So for this reason, I'm going to cross it out. This is not a good option. Okay, let me just put a clear cross right there. Let me cross it out like this. Option A, you're not correct. Letter B is the same case, amigos. I cannot see 234 in total. I can only see 100, 110, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 119 I can see, and of course all of these are crossed out. So that is not a good option either. Let me cross it out. Now let's move to letter C. It seems like letter C and letter D, they can be a good option because I can see a bigger number right here. Let's see, this is 100, 200, 210, 230, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34. 234. So this might be a good option, but now let's check if it also has 119 crossed out, because that is the money that Ms. Rivera spent. 100 crossed out right here. Let me cross it out too with my highlighter. That's 100. 110 cross out. 114 right here. And 4 more. That is 100. 118 cross out. Remember the number that we found out. We found out this number, 115. That is the money that she had left. Okay. Now let's see, the money that she had left does not need to be crossed out because that's the money she has. Let's see if the other part has 115 that are not crossed out. Okay, this is 100 right here. It is not crossed out. 110, this one right here. And let me count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well, this one has 115. Remember, that's the number that we found in the subtraction. So maybe this is the right option, because there are 115 that are not crossed out. And let's find this other one. How many are not crossed out? That is the money that she got left. This is 100, that is not crossed out. 110, 120, and 130. That one doesn't really match the number that we need to find. For this reason, I'm going to cross it out. I'm going to eliminate it. So, amigos, we have found the last answer here. That should be letter C. And again, if it wasn't very clear, the explanation, let me just recap. We are trying to find an option that shows us these numbers. In total, there should be 234. This one is correct. There should be 119 crossed out. So 100, 110, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 119 cross out. That is true. And then we need to find 115 that are not cross out. So letter C has them. 100 here, 110 right here, 111, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So we have found the answers there. Pretty sure you did a great job there. This is all the page that you can see. Just move it up. Okay. Okay. So these are all the answers. Let's recap what the answers were. Let me make it slightly smaller for you. The answers you should have, amigos, is number 1, letter B. Number 2, letter G. Number 3, A. Number 4, G. Number 5, letter D. That is an 8 right here. Number 6, that should be letter F, the first option. And number 7, that should be letter C. Okay, I'm curious to know how many correct you have. So thank you very much for watching this video right here. With this, I'm going to finish my broadcasting of this first video. Again, I'm trying to still learn some of my technology and how to use it. Thank you for your time. Keep on working with your math papers. Every day we're going to be checking together the answers and also how to do them. So thank you again for staying here with me. And enjoy your rest of the day. Don't forget to wash your hands very, very well. Goodbye.